It's so funny because some of my fondest memories come from being at my grandparents' house. That's where they had the yard, and we had all types of snacks and desserts. And I just always felt love and acceptance over at my grandparents' house. My granddad was my first superhero. He was that guy that made me feel safe and loved. And I can remember being a chunky kid. I was the chunky cocoa brown skinned little girl that nobody thought was beautiful, that everybody wanted to pick on. And but I didn't feel that with granddad. I always felt love, and he always let me sit on his lap no matter how big I was. Everybody else, they would be like, oh, that she too fat, you can't, you too heavy to sit on my lap. And that, as a little child, imagine how that makes you feel. That made me feel horrible. And just it led to a point of probably self-loathing at one point in my life. But anywho, just thinking back to my granddad as I'm unpacking my life and putting things in place because they need a place. I am going back to my childhood and thinking about the little girl, the little girl here, and how would she feel about the life that I was living right now and the things that I was doing and where we have come from. What would that little girl think about who this woman is talking to you right now? And, I can't lie, some things brought my cheeks red. If I was, if you could see me blushing, some things made me feel that way. But a lot of the things also helped me realize that little girl always knew who she wanted to be. And it's my duty to help that little girl realize what it is as far as becoming the reality. It's not her fault that I decided to do the things that I've done in life. It's not her fault that I decided to go down some dark roads and just do dirt to myself, is what I call it. It's not her fault. It's not that little person's fault that's inside of you that couldn't control the things that were going on in your house. It's not that little person's fault. It's not. Sometimes we have to dig within ourselves and also realize, as I'm learning, that little person is so strong because my little person has been able to endure a lot. We talk about healing the child. Sometimes the child has to come and heal the adult because the child knows who they are. It's this world that try and turn the child into something that they are not. You feel me? So getting back to the story, my granddad was my first superhero. I just felt so much love, and he's one of the reasons why I dated the guys that I dated, because he was dark and bald-headed and had the beard, kind of got that Rick Ross look about him. So that was the kind of guys that I went for, because in my mind as it was maturing, those are the guys that loved me. That's how I felt, because that's what I thought. That's what I saw. That's who loved me. The guy who looked like my granddad, the person who looked like my uncle. Those were the people who loved me. But what I came to realize is so much different. Who we child, but we gonna talk about all of that because we got a lot to talk about, y'all. This is her 51st dates, me meeting myself. This is Scrumptious coming alive. This is a lot. And I know it's gonna be a lot to absorb. Aw, look at little Booby with her granddad. You know what it is. It's your girl, Vet Green, and this is a Green Links Media production. Thank you for watching. Come back. This is story time.